everybody, and welcome back to Crafted by Norma. Today we're going to have another go at making one of the little mini folios that I've done, and this time I've done it slightly different because there's a window in it, and I've put a little belly band around it to keep it in check. And all we're going to need today is an A4 piece of craft card, an envelope, and then some papers of your choice. So I'll give you a quick flip through to show you what I've done. So that's just a little belly band. It does open up like so, and it just keeps everything in its place. So in the front of the cover we've just got this little envelope for storage there, which is quite simple and easy to do, but quite effective. So that just wraps around like that. And then if we flip it open, we've got a window here, which I'm just trying to think what I've got that I could slide in there to show you. So it opens at the top, and then you can slide in a tab ticket of your choice. Mine won't go in, there we go, like so. And a small writing area here and a small writing area here, and then this flips out and this flips out, and here we've got a little corner pocket to keep hold of a tag there, and then here we've got two little slip pockets. Now I have actually got a die that opens these up, but I'm going to show you how to do it without a die, just with you. I can't open this up. Why can't I open this up? Open up, you silly thing. Oh, I've gone so difficult with my... There we go. Sorry about that. So that just slots into there. What I have done is I've glued up here so that stays secure. And obviously that's just glued a little bit too far there. And here we've got a bottom one there to hold that in place there. And then moving along, we've got a envelope pocket here, and here we've just got a little notepad. And then this is where the addition of the envelope is. So we've just got a pocket that's in there, like so. That flaps open, that flaps there, and here we've gone and got a little notebook made out of coffee stain papers, and that just slots into that belly band there. And then I've just made a little tab using a paper clip and some just embellished it with a little bit of cheesecloth, like so. And then that closes here. And then we've got a flip down there, which is writing space there, and a little envelope there. And this again is a similar tag, which just keeps that all together. And then when you have got your belly band tie off here, like so, you just tie that off. Like that. This at the back here can slide underneath there, like so, and then that will keep the band in place for you. And that's it. So that's what we're going to have a go at making today. Okay. So as I say, first off, we're going to need an envelope. And the size of where you're going to do your folds totally depends on your envelope. So, as I say, it's entirely up to you what sort of size envelopes you can make. So there's various sizes. This one that I'm going to use, this particular one, is 6 inches by 3.5 inches. So all we're going to do is just measure where we're going to do the folds. So with a pencil, I'm just going to just mark there and the other end. There is going to be our first bend, and then because it's an A4 size, British A4 size, we're just going to measure off 11 inches. So we've got 11 inches. We're just going to mark off because we're going to want a little tag where we're going to attach the envelope to the main sheet. So here we've got a little flap there, which is going to be this little flap here, and then the flap itself is where the envelope is attached to. So we're just going to roughly measure that down with a very, very light line, like so. Now you can either score it with your scoreboard. Just get my scoreboard. Oh. I went out yesterday to craft at some friends, so everything's been packed away to take. Right, so I just want to score that down. That's 11 inches. Like so. I'm going to want to fold that over like so, and just burnish that down like that. And then we've also got this mark here, which is where our fold is going to be, because our envelope's going to fit onto this little area here. So again, we're just going to score that down. Now what I've done with my scoreboard is I've actually marked the centre, and that just helps me with if I've got a smaller piece, just to make sure that it is centre. There we go. Do the same again. Oops. Let's do it that way, like so. That's better. And then we're going to turn that over and score that off, like so. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to want to fold it in into three, or roughly into three. So with mine, whoopsie-daisy, there she got, there she is. I just wanted to make sure that this first one is going to take the envelope. So when it's folded over, it needs to take where the envelope's going to fold on. So I'm just going to mark it just roughly there, because if the envelope goes over there, you won't be able to bend your fold. So just going to want to put that there like so. There we go. So when that bends over like that, and we've got your envelopes attached to here like that. When we bend this over, it's not going to get in the way, if you catch my drift. Because if it's bigger, you'll have problems. So that's going to be your first bend. And then all we're going to do with this one is bring it in to bend, just not quite touching that score line. Now, I'm not going to give you measurements because it just depends on the size of the envelope that you're going to pick. Okay, because everybody's going to use probably a different sized envelope. Okay, so that's where we're at with this one. The next we're going to do is just get some scissors. And the first thing we're going to do is, in this bottom right hand corner, we want to just cut a little tiny triangle out, like so. And then we're going to match that on this side as well. So that is going to be the fold over of your pocket. And then just to match here, on this corner here, we're just going to trim off that little bit there. And that just stops it being quite bulky in the corners. There we go. So we've done that. The next we're going to do is in this bottom corner here, we're going to cut along here. Okay, now again, we don't want to do it a straight line, we want to do it just slightly off, because we want to have it so it cuts just as a slight angle, so when you fold it over there, we've not got any bulk in this top bit. Now this one is slightly different because this is where we're going to have our little cut for our envelope. So we're going to come in about 1/4 of an inch to 1 centimetre, and we're going to cut this down like that. And you'll see that makes sense in a minute when we get the next stage. And then we're going to cut along here to this next corner there. Okay, so we've cut that slightly at an angle, we've cut this slightly at an angle there, and then cut along this line here, so this folds over here. Now because we folded it over to there, this is where it might make a little bit more sense. We're going to get our circle punch, and we're just going to just cut off like that, so you can get inside your pocket. Okay? And basically, that's the base of your little folder, portfolio, whatever you would like to call it. And we're going to start then by adding the papers. So just bear with me and I'll cut out my papers and we'll get ready and we'll go to the next stage. So see you in a minute. Okay, so we're back. So what I've gone and done is I've written on all the areas. So on this foldy bit here, I'm going to put glue the envelope. This one's going to be your back cover. This one's going to be the front cover. This is going to be your frame. This is a writing area. This is where your backing paper is going to go. And then if we flip over, this is obviously where your envelope's going to fold over. There's going to be a belly band there for your notebook. These are going to fold over onto each other, so I've just put fold. This is where your cutout pockets are going to be, and we're going to put a cutout corner there, and this is just going to be a writing area. Okay, so if you do that, it just helps you, give you some sort of like guidance. So I've actually cut out my papers now. So here is my cutout papers. So this is my back cover, my front cover. This is where I'm going to cut out my frame, the writing paper, the backing papers. And if we turn it over, we've got, this is where it's going to fold across. So this is going to fold onto this one. We've got writing paper, we've got the window ready for the pocket, a corner pocket, and then the two slits for your drop-in pockets, and then we've also got the belly band ready. And then for the envelope, I've got the envelope papers already cut out. So we'll start with, this side. So the back page is quite easy really. All we need to do is mark up where we're going to have this fold here, because this is going to be the pocket. So we just need to know where it is that that's going to go to. So if we can imagine that's there, that folds over there, and this is our back. No, I've actually done those wrong, because this should be the other way round. So straight away I realised I've made a boob. So that's going to go onto there, that's the backing paper. So where I put the fold on before, it is the other way round. So this is why it's so important that you have a dry run before you start gluing, because it is so simple to make a bit of a hiccup. Right, okay, so we've got the backing paper there ready to glue on, and before we glue it on we want to mark where we're going to have our little tag that's going to come across and hold that in place. Okay, and we've also got it so we want it to swing round and be clear of that space there. So I think about there is about right. So I'm going to make a little hole, sorry, a little mark there where we're going to make a little hole on your paper. So taking your paper off, we've got a little tiny mark there, and then we're going to make a hole. Now I'm hoping that this will go in. Well, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So I'm going to need my bigger boy. Now, if you haven't got a bigger boy like this, it's quite easy just to, because we're only going to put a small, we're only going to put a small hole in there to put a little brad in. You don't need to make a hole with a hole punch. But I've invested in that, and I must admit it's been a really good investment. Okay, so take out a brad, and we'll have a little gold brad. There we go. Put those away. That's going to go in there, and that's going to go in there. So it is so easy to make a hiccup. So if you can possibly work alongside when I'm working, it might be an idea, just to give you a bit of a helping hand. There we go. So I'm now going to glue the back panel on. Okay. And as I've said before, I usually like using glue. Now this is my new bottle, which I'm quite made up with. It's actually from the cake decoration shop, and it's supposed to be to have your icing in so you can actually write. Now the beauty of it, which I didn't know until after I'd bought it and tried it, the nozzle end is sort of non-stick, so the glue doesn't stick to it, and the hole doesn't tend to get very clogged up because the glue's not sticking there. Which is really an added bonus. But as I say, it was a pure mistake. Okay, so that slots into there. That's going to swing round. Now obviously you could do it and it goes through to the other side, but I just wanted it on that paper. So now we've decided where the green stripy paper should go. I'm just going to glue that down at the same time. Now I have gone and distressed around all the edges of all my papers already, because I didn't think you'd want to see me do that. Now you don't have to. It's just a preference that I like to do, so I've done those already. Okay, so that slots into there like that. And we'll do the same with this one. Okay. And again, I've cut the little circle out ready to slot in there, just to save time. And if you are crafting along with me, obviously the ideal thing is to stop, rewind, as and when you need to. Okay, so that's going to be the back, and this is going to be the thing. So what I'm going to do now is fold these across. To become a pocket, like so. Right, now this has come away from there, so I'm just going to turn this over. I'm just going to peg that there so I don't lose it. Okay. Pop those on there like that to keep those relatively safe. So the next one is your front cover. Now with your front cover, we can glue that down straight down because we're going to play around with the pocket there. So we're going to glue that straight down like so. And you're better doing it this way because if you have paper, you're going to put your backing paper that's got writing on, or it's got a right way and a wrong way. You do it this way and you're going to make sure that the writing is the right way up. Right, okay. So that's going to be the backing paper there. And this is going to be our pocket. So I've already made the two little tags to go there and there, as you can see on my original one. Like that. So that's going to go on there like that and like that. So before I glue it down, I need to place these to decide where it is I want them. So I'm going to have that one sort of centre there, so I'm going to need a hole about there. Oops. Go away, go away. Like so. And then this one's going to be centre about there. In a straight line like that. And if you don't do it at this stage, you've got problems trying to get your holes. As I found out to my detriment doing the first one. Because it's far easier doing it when it's just a card rather than trying to do it when it's a made up envelope. Okay, so I'm just going to make those holes and we're going to put in a brad. Okay, so we'll just get my brads. Get two brads, 1, 2. Like so. Right. And pop those in. Like so. And to make these, all I've gone and done is a circle, and a circle of my backing paper and a circle of card to give it strength, because my backing paper isn't particularly strong. It's only quite thin backing paper. So I've just backed it onto some craft card just to give it that little bit of strength. Obviously if you're using very thick backing card you wouldn't have to do that, but as I say, my paper's quite skinny, so I've just backed it. There we go. Oh, see, I nearly made a mistake there. I need to put it onto the back piece, don't I? Oh, silly girl, Norma. No, can't do it that with that one, so I'm going to have to use this one. I knew I got this one out for a reason. Just get worse. There we go. Yeah, so I bought this one. And it has been an absolute engine. So we've got our backing paper down. We're going to put our envelope down, and we're going to put the card that's on there as well. So once I've decided where I want that, I'm going to glue this down first and make sure this is straight. And I've just done it with one sheet because it's just saving on the card. So that there's about central and it's straight, I think. Yes. Excuse if my hair goes in the way. There we go. And then what I'm going to do then is glue down here. Now again, if you want to just ensure that whatever you're putting in your pocket doesn't stick onto there, you can put some sort of backing paper on. It's entirely up to you. Or even just a circle, just to give it some added strength. And again, I just want to line those up. That's looking good. And then that pops down there like so. Brilliant. Okay. Forward and on. So I'm just going to put that there. Now, I'm going to use some string again. So I'm just going to get some twine. Doesn't need to be loads of it. And I'm going to tie this piece off. Oops. Like so. There we go. And then that just slots over there. And around, oops, and around. There we go. Okay, so that's the back and the front, and we've gone and done that pocket. Next we come to the frame. Now, what I've gone and done in preparation for the frame, I've gone and used a piece of plastic. Now the plastic, to be honest, has come off some packaging that I've got, and I've just cut it down to size to go over the aperture, or the opening, big word for me, aperture, that I'm going to cut out. And I've marked it off, and if I remember rightly, yeah, this one's 1.5 centimetres, and this one's just under 1.5 centimetres. So I'm just going to cut that out using a Stanley knife. So I'll just get my cutting board, which I apologise is still in a mess. Ooh. Just slide that underneath there. I must clean it. Like that now then. So I'm just going to, with my ruler, now I've already measured it out to save a little bit of time for us. And any pencil marks that I don't need, I can always use a rubber and rub those out afterwards. Oops. Get off, get off, get off. There we go. But I do find it's easier to craft if I've got everything ready on one side. That's just me, I think. Although I do enjoy, just when I do the original ones, I just go a bit haphazard and go. But if I'm going to show everybody what I'm doing, I like to have everything prepped up rather than wasting time looking for things. So all I've gone and done there as well is just nipped off the corner there for it to slot in. And we're going to turn this over now. And then what I've gone and done is I've just gone and put some red double-sided tape down along the edges, just to make sure that they all stick nice and neat. Like so. And then that's going to slot over there, making sure that the sticky goes along there, so it's you can't see it there. Okay, and well, with this side, what I'm going to do is glue down that piece of card to there at the same time. Okay, now because this is plastic, I'd rather use a sort of glossy accents, if I'm honest, because I find that sticks better. So I'm just going to run a tiny dab all the way along there like that, for there, and then go back to with the PVA style glue and just run along for the paper like that. Okay, and that should glue down there quite nice. There we go. And if you've got any excess glue, I always wipe it off with, I try not to use any of the baby wipe type things, because they're not particularly good for the environment, but that's just my take on it. So I'd rather use an old cloth if I can. Okay, and this is also the one that's going to put a little corner pocket. So while we're here, I'll put the little corner pocket on. There we go. But as I say, this is, I bought 2 in a pack. I think they were £3, just from a local cake shop. Because again, I like to, if I can, try and do some of my shopping at least in the local shops. Because here in the UK, we're losing our high streets big time, and it's a shame, because it's all the smaller businesses, and especially with the way everyone's been buying online because of the COVID. So if possible, it's nice to try and give them some business to try and keep them afloat. Ooh, that's it, that way. There we go. Right, brilliant. Okay, so next to the next section. So the next section is going to be the little slits for the pockets. So I'm just going to take this piece of paper off, and what I've gone and done here is, just move that there for the time being, I've just gone and marked about an inch down from the top, just marked it there, and then about 1.5 inches lower than that, a little dot there, and a little dot there, and a little dot there. And what I'm going to do is just make a small hole where those little dots are. Now then, where's my pen? Because the hole's a bit blocked up. That's it. And this is just going to give us a little area where we can slot things in. Now, as I say, I have actually got a die for this that I got from, I think it's a company called Pink Pig, and they sell all sorts of ones. They do ones that's got like smiley faces and straight lines and come in various sizes, but not everyone's got it, so I thought if I show you this way, it might be just that little bit easier for you as such. So I've now gone on misplaced my knife. So you go from dot to dot, and it's just a straight line, like so, and then that will flick up like so, and again dot to dot, just a little straight line like so. And then what I've gone and done is I've just used a 1/2 inch little hole punch, and I've just roughly gone into the middle and made a small hole like so for your pocket. There we go. And we can now put that into the folder. Like so. So now what I've gone and done is on the top one here, I've just glued from the top bit just to give it a little tiny bit of strength, and the same on this one. So your pocket's only going to be quite a shallow pocket, but it just gives that little bit of strength to your card. Obviously, if you're using very thick card, you wouldn't have to do that if you didn't want to. But I just think it just gives it that little bit of strength. Okay. So we've got glue running along there, and then all 4 side areas. I'm just going to place that on there like so. Okay. I am definitely losing my dexterity in my fingers, definitely. Right, so moving on to the next section, which is where we're going to put the belly band ready for the little notebook. So I'll just get the glue again, and you'll notice that I've gone and just put 2 brads in there. That's just for really for decoration for me, and I'm just going to glue those glue these down. You don't have to do that, you could put something else that's on there, but I just thought it was decoration, seeing that we've got brads on the front of the I'm just going to slot that there like so, just making sure it's straight. There we go. And that's where we're going to put our notebook book. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Right. Okay. So the only area that I haven't done was the little piece of paper that was to go on there, like so. So I'll put that on there while we can. There we go. Right, so turning it over, we're now ready for the envelope. I forgot to stick that down. What am I like? So let's just stick this one down while we're at it. Sorry about that. I'm really losing the plot today. Really losing the plot. There we go. Oop. That's better. Oh my goodness sake. Right. This is why it's far better for me to be prepared. So when I've got an inkling of what it is I'm trying to achieve. There we go. So the next bit now is to actually glue down the envelope. So now for my envelope, I'll just move this out of the way for the time being. For my envelope, what I've gone and done is, on this side I wanted a pocket like that, with that coming over like that as my pocket. Yeah, sort of like that. So the first thing I want to do is glue down this piece to the other side of the envelope. So there we go. So that flips up. And then we've got this piece is going to go on there like that. Bring that down a little bit. And the reason I've left a little gap on there, so I've cut that card slightly smaller so we can actually get in once the pocket's down. And also with this one, I'm going to want to stick that down to there like that. So at the same time I'm going to run this along there like so, and glue that to there like that. And then this is going to go over like that as my decorative edge to this part of the envelope. Just like so. And again, I've pre-cut it, it just saves time really. There we go, like so. And then that will fold out, and we've got this piece which can therefore go into there like that. Okay, so this here at the bottom now has got space there for a little notebook that we put in. So to make the little notebook is very simple, very easy. So all that is some folded coffee stained paper. I've just folded over a piece of the same paper that matches the envelope top there, and I'm just going to glue that down onto there like so as just a little notebook, and then I can put some decoration on there. And I've just stitched that together, just sewn down the centre. And then on this side I'm just going to clip the corners just to make it look a little bit neater. So there we go. And we'll pop that on there nice and straight. And to make sure that stays quite secure, I'll use a couple of my really big clips. Like so. There. Oops, and on there. just to hold that down like so. Okay, so the only other thing I've got to make, which again I've pre-made, is the little booklet. And again, it's using the same paper, which in actual fact is just a white envelope that I've coffee stained one day when it was quite sunny, and then I've just embossed it to just to give it a little bit of more texture. Right, okay, we'll just flip this over, and then this is going to just latch into there, like so. Ooh, a hair, like so, and then we can just paper clip. I found this little paper clip, and it's someone must have brought it me back from New Zealand. So I'll just stick that there for the time being. So we've now basically finished. All we have to do now is the belly band. And the belly band is quite simple. So I just put this to one side while I just show you the belly band before we put it all together. So I've just gone round and measured to make sure that the band goes round and meets, or not quite meets. And then all we've gone and done is go round the edges. Just quickly go round the edges, and I've trimmed off the edges. I've just gone and used the corner punch and just trimmed off the edges so they're rounded, so that they match. And we're going to glue these down. Now if you wanted to, you could also utilise your glue sticks, or just like that, or your double-sided tape. It's entirely up to you. That just goes like that, and then this one's going to go like so. And then I've just cut off two teeny tiny little 1/2 inch holes, which I'm going to use my crocodile to make little holes. Why in the world have I got secateurs on my desk? I don't know. I really don't know. But I have. Ooh. Oh, there's my small ones there. That's better. I do have some strange and wonderful things on my desk sometimes. Or did I do big holes? I think I did big holes, didn't I? Yeah, I did big holes. I do find myself talking to myself a lot, which I'm sure is not good. I think the problem that I've got to worry about is when I start arguing with myself on both sides of the argument. And make a little hole in there in the centre-ish. Make a little hole in there, centre-ish. There you go. Oh. Pop that in there like so. Pop that in there. Oh! Where did it go? There we go. Like so. Pop that down. Do the same again. Oh, I forgot to put a little ring in it. There we go. So, oh, And then I've got some cream, or off-white, I suppose it is, thin ribbon somewhere. Oh, as it all falls apart. Okay, I want 2 lengths of that. Stop working in a mess now. And what I'm going to use, if I can get it off the reel. Oh, I found this in my son's shed and it's really sticky. I've got no idea what it should be really used for, but it's ooh, stick that there, stay. It's quite handy for reinforcing card and paper if I need to. So we're just going to slot some ribbon in there, like so. Run that down a bit, put that on there, and that should secure the ribbon, which it does. And then the same again with the other piece, like so. Ooh. Drop that down. Now I probably have these in my Etsy shop for sale when I've got everything completed. So there's our belly band ready. Oh, 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 oh. Right, okay, so I'm going to take that off now for the time being. So if that slots over there, that goes up there. That folds over to there. That folds over to there. This folds like so. That folds down there, and that holds that in place. And then the belly band will come underneath this slot, like so. Come round, like so. And then we can tie that off, like so. Now, once this is tied in a knot, you don't have to constantly open the knot. It should slide on and off once you filled it in with your ephemera. There we go. Let's just take my dirty cut mat away. Makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it? Remove those. Move that out of the way, and then you can see the two journals. Whoops, the 2 journals that we've completed. So thank you for watching. I hope you have another go at making one of these little I'll call them portfolios, a little folder. And I would love to see if and when you do it, that just slots over there now, and that'll keep that in place. And the same with this one, that slots in there and that keeps that one in place. And obviously I've got to decorate them up, but I do hope you'll have a go at doing it. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell icon, because that'll let you know when I've got the next video that's on. You can check me out on Instagram, Facebook as Crafted by Norma, and also my Etsy shop where I sell kits and journals and other bits and bobs that I do. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.